The Senate will come to order. Remaining under motions and resolutions, will revert to the fifth order of business, reports of committees. The Secretary will read the committee report.
Senator Rosen from the Committee on Finance, to which was referred Senate File Number 20, a bill for an act relating to environment, reports the same back with the recommendation that the bill be amended as follows: delete everything after the enacting clause and insert, and when so amended, the bill do pass.
Senator Gazelka.
Mr. President, I move the committee report read by the Secretary be adopted.
On the Gazelka motion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. We'll move to the sixth order of business, second reading of Senate files. The Secretary will give the Senate file its second reading.
Senate File Number 20.
Second reading. Senator Gazelka.
Mr. President, I move that Senate File Number 20 be laid on the table.
On that motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Remaining under motions and resolutions, Senator Gazelka.
Mr. President, I move that House File Number 6 be taken from the table.
On that motion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Senator Gazelka.
Mr. President, I move that an urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to House File Number 8, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give House File Number 8 its second and third reading and place it on final passage.
Senator Gazelka, can you just please reread that, but it's House File 6.
Mr. President, I move the urgency be declared within the meaning of Article 4, Section 19 of the Constitution of Minnesota with respect to House File Number 6, and that the rules of the Senate be so far suspended as to give House File Number 6 its second and third reading and place it on final passage.
Members, just a reminder, a motion to suspend the rules takes a two-thirds majority or 45 votes to prevail. On the Gazelka motion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. The Secretary will give the bill its second reading.
House File Number 6.
Second reading. Discussion on House File 6. Senator Dames.
Well, thank you, Mr. President and members. The House File Number 6 is the same bill as the Senate File Number 19 that we heard last Thursday. Senate File 19 was laid on the table, and House File 6 is brought over. And like I said, that is the exact same bill as what we had last Thursday, so I would encourage a green vote. Thank you.
Further discussion on House File 6. Senator Frentz.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thanks, Senator Dames and Senator Senjem. I'm going to be voting yes on this. Just want to remind the body, we're still asking the question, what is our plan for climate change? What is our approach to decarbonize? I appreciate the things that are in the bill. I remain focused on the things that are not in the bill. We've got some urgency to this, and having declared an urgency to this bill, I look forward to voting yes on it, but also continuing that conversation. Thank you, members.
Further discussion on the bill. The Secretary will give House File 6 its third reading.
House File Number 6, a bill for an act relating to commerce establishing a biennial budget for Department of Commerce, Public Utilities Commission, and energy activities.
Third reading. Final discussion on the bill. Members, we're on final passage of House File 6. Seeing no further discussion, the Secretary will take the roll. All members not in the chamber, please come vote.
know everything. Oh, pardon me, sorry. I- Yes, I am. Oh, geez, did I pass on you?
Call on Senator French to report the votes of the members voting under Rule 40.7. Senator French.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Carlson votes aye.
Carlson votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Champion votes aye.
Champion votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Dietzick votes aye.
Dietzick votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Eakin votes aye.
Eakin votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Fateh votes aye.
Fateh votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Isaacson votes aye.
Isaacson votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Klein votes aye.
Klein votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Latz votes aye.
Latz votes aye. Senator French.
Senator Newton votes aye.
Newton votes aye. Senator French.
And Senator Port votes aye.
Port votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Abler votes aye.
Abler votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Coleman votes aye.
Coleman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Goggin votes aye.
Goggin votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Housley votes aye.
Housley votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Lang votes aye.
Lang votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Benson votes aye.
Benson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Osmic votes no.
Osmic votes no. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Rude votes aye.
Rude votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Johnson votes aye.
Johnson votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Westrom votes aye.
Westrom votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Senator Newman votes aye.
Newman votes aye. Senator Jasinski.
Thank you, Mr. President. Senator Kiffmeyer votes aye.
Kiffmeyer votes aye. All members having voted who have the desire to vote, the Secretary will close the roll. There being 60 ayes and 5 nays, the bill is passed. Its title agreed to. Remaining under motions and resolutions, we have an author's motion to be read by the Secretary.
Senator Draheim moves that the names of Senator Dietzick, Duckworth, and Housley be added as co-authors to Senate File Number 16.
On the author motion read by the Secretary, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Remaining under motions and resolutions, Senator Gazelka.
Mr. President, we are waiting for the committee report from Finance on the Environment Bill. I've been told it'll be about 8 o'clock, and so I think we should take a brief recess and just everybody stay relatively close. The House is asking if we can get that bill to them. So I think right around 8 o'clock.
Senator Gazelka moves that the Senate recess to the call of the President approximately 8 o'clock. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion prevails. Senate's in recess.